we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes it hard to cover. Looks like bounce-back season in 2020. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you can hit the jackpot there.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So they went 2 yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's 3rd and 12. Here's Hill. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one, and another first down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
At the Chargers.
2nd down and goal. Hill, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Hill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Here's Hill now after the interception. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
From the 2, here's first and goal.
They'll run it with Kamara. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Complete to Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry entered the league. People were really looking for him to establish himself as one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Ability to run and catch and make plays in open space. But the biggest obstacle he's had is just staying on the field. Ended up missing all of 2018 due to injury. When he's right, he is one of the better tight ends and better targets in the AFC West.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
21 yards.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here,
he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet, see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 16-yard line.
Hill now to throw. Intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this is complete. It's Allen. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And it's third down.
He may try and run for this. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. He'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Well, he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll try the air now with Hill. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And that makes it 14-10.
Good. Makes the score Saints 14, Chargers 10.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
It's second down.
After the sack on first down, Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Chargers 17. Saints 14. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. "19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here first and 10. Off of play action, Hill. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. From the gun, here's Hill. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Out of the gun, Hill. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Taken in the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. This is intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will fire again as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just a...
Third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Definitely with some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
And 12 at the 30-yard line.
Shotgun now for Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Forced out to his left. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. P.J. Williams with a pick. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he stopped immediately there. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. Third quarter, all tied up. This is second and 10.
32-yard line.
From the gun, Hill. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hill now operating from the red zone. Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints have moved out in front. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Saints 24, Chargers 17.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
On the 8-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And right side, Henry's got it. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
3rd down.
From the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Murray now on 1st down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there.
And this is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Number 15.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT.
Badgley lining up for the extra point.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
10-10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Kamara with a 1st down run, but he's unable to get back to the line of scrimmage as the push upfield was strong defensively.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
32.
They go play fake, and it's Hill. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. A busy night continues for Kamara. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Taken down at the 41.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Kamara. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
On the play, it's 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here we go with Kamara. They're going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they end up going backwards. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Back to throw. Murray. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Going deep here for Allen. And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
The Saints 3-yard line.
It's Eckler again. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
At the 37-yard line.
Play action. It's Hill. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Back to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cole. Well, he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nice gain of 21 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. And it is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Derwin James on the coverage.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Hill. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Thomas, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
One last throw here for Hill. Oh, crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by the